The Masquerade of Whispers, a tale of ancestral spirits. In a quiet village nestled beneath the shadow of the Nguro Hills, there was an ancient festival known as the Masquerade of Whispers. Once every 10 years, the villagers would don intricate wooden masks and gather at the sacred grove to honor the spirits of their ancestors. It was said that the masks, carved from the sacred Iroko trees, carried the essence of the spirits themselves. But there was one rule, a rule etched into the minds of every villager. Never wear a mask that does not belong to you. To do so was to invite disaster, for it was believed that the spirit within the mask would claim your soul. Ajani, a young blacksmith, had always been fascinated by the masquerade. His late father had been one of the most skilled carvers of the sacred masks, and Ajani had inherited his talent. But he had never been allowed to participate in the festival. "You're not ready," the elders would say. This year was different. Ajani, now 20 and eager to prove himself, had secretly carved his own mask. It was a masterpiece, with intricate designs of swirling flames and glowing eyes painted with crushed red berries. He had hidden it in his workshop, waiting for the festival night. When the day arrived, the village buzzed with excitement. Drummers played hypnotic rhythms, and the air was thick with the scent of burning sage. As night fell, the villagers gathered at the grove, each wearing their masks. Ajani watched from the shadows, clutching his creation. But as he was about to join the crowd, something caught his eye. On a platform near the sacred tree, the elders had placed an ancient mask, the Mask of Iranmol. It was said to be the oldest and most powerful of all the masks, carved by the first spirit walker who had founded the village. No one had worn it for centuries. It was only brought out as a symbol of protection. Ajani's heart raced. The mask seemed to call to him, its dark eyes glowing faintly in the torchlight. He felt an inexplicable pull, as if the mask was alive and beckoning him. Before he could stop himself, Ajani climbed onto the platform. The villagers, lost in their dances, did not notice as he lifted the Mask of Iranmol. It was heavier than he expected, and as he placed it over his face, the world shifted. The drumming stopped. The grove fell silent. Ajani felt a surge of power course through him, but it was not the triumphant feeling he had imagined. Instead, it was cold and suffocating, like icy fingers wrapping around his soul. A deep voice echoed in his mind. "You dare wear what is not yours?" Ajani tried to remove the mask, but it would not budge. His body moved on its own, stepping down from the platform. The villagers turned to him, gasping in horror. The elders' faces twisted in fear and anger. "What have you done?" one elder cried. "The Mask of Iranmol is not for mortal hands," another shouted. Ajani tried to speak, to explain, but his voice was not his own. It was deep and resonant, filled with an ancient wrath. "You have desecrated the sacred rites," the voice boomed. "For this, you must pay." The villagers fled as the ground beneath the grove trembled. Roots from the sacred tree burst forth, twisting and writhing like serpents. The air grew thick with a dark mist, and Ajani felt himself being pulled into the earth. "Spare him!" a voice cried. It was his mother kneeling before the sacred tree. "He is young and foolish, but his heart is pure. Please, Great Spirit, show mercy." For a moment the tremors stopped. The voice in Ajani's mind softened. "Mercy comes with a price," it said. "He will live, but he must bear the burden of the mask forever. He will be the guardian of this grove, neither fully human nor spirit. Do you accept this fate?" Ajani's mother wept, nodding. "I accept." The roots retreated, and the mask loosened from Ajani's face. But when he removed it, his reflection in the sacred tree's pool was not the same. His eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and his skin bore the marks of the mask's carvings. He was no longer just a man. From that day, Ajani became the masked guardian. The villagers honored him with offerings, and the festival continued, but the story of his fate was told as a warning for generations. The grove remained sacred, and the rule stood firm. Never wear a mask that does not belong to you. Please subscribe to our channel